Alright, now that's working. Okie dokie. Hi everyone. So I was going to originally play something for you all, but I thought that I was really burnt out from studying today, so I just well, I'm still studying. That's the thing. I'm still studying, and so I thought, why not chat about life and about updates? Oh, is there music playing? Hold on. I forgot that the music was playing. I'll mute that. That's right, I had it. Hi. I completely forgot I had it on. Let me turn up my mic. Hopefully that's good enough. All right, good, good. So, a little life update. Last semester, I was in the hospital for a while. Um, it wasn't a long while. It was like maybe a couple days. Um, but it was because I had an altercation, I guess. I guess that's the word for it. So I got placed in the institute for a little bit and I hung out there and then I got out and I've been streaming with Nana off and on ever since then, but I didn't want to stream by myself because I just didn't have the energy to. So I didn't. But little life update. I'm on academic probation because my grades dropped because of last semester. So that's why I'm like continuously studying. Even now I'm studying. So, I mean, I already mentioned that. It's my ADHD playing into this. But, yeah. So, I've just been kind of hanging out and not really thinking about streaming, not really thinking about doing much. I got a job recently, and that's pretty cool. I work as a host at a fake Italian restaurant, which is pretty chill, but I think I'm gonna quit uh soon. I began working there during May, and it's been pretty. pretty all right, but one of the managers sucks. Okay, let me talk about that actually. This manager, right, is so condescending, and will give you shit for the smallest things possible. It's bizarre. I didn't realize that there was more than one bottle of like cleaning solution, and she yelled at me for it because I just didn't know there was another bottle. She was like, "You need to go and look for it." And I was like, "Yes, ma'am, like I will." But then she handed it to me herself. Like she went and got it herself and handed it to me, even though she told me to go look for it. And that is the start of my villain story. That is the start of me wanting to find a new job. So I've been applying to other jobs, and I'm pretty sure I'll put in my 2 weeks and find a new job for the summer, for the rest of the summer semester. Um, I really don't want to keep working there. Yeah, restaurant work sucks. Like so much. It sucks everything out of you. Like it's not even funny. It's just horrible. But I'm laughing. Ugh, it's exhausting. Like I'm not a server or anything. I'm just a host. So all I do is greet the customers and clean down the menus and these things called kiosks. I clean those down too. But yeah. And sometimes I help pre-bus, which means cleaning off tables and stuff like that. It's pretty much it's a really chill job. Like it's not hard. It's pretty easy. I get $12 an hour, which isn't a lot of money, no, but it's enough to pay some of my bills and kind of cover my ass for a while. So I get paid bi-weekly and that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm hoping that these next 2 weeks will be like my last two, and then I can go ahead and put in my 2 weeks and work some, maybe 2 weeks during July and just like quit. I really don't want to keep working there. My parents are really set on me working there. They're like, you need to keep this job for as long as you can. You need to keep it for the whole summer semester. But nope, nopedy, nope, nope. I'm gonna quit because my school is more important and I would like to have time to myself to actually do things. That's also another thing. I haven't been streaming because I've been working continuously. If not working at work, I've been coming home and studying the moment I get back. Um, it's been really exhausting, honestly, and I'm really, really burnt out from it. So, I was gonna play IDV today. That was my that was gonna be my go-to game because it's been really comforting. Yeah, Nana's been really busy with school stuff too. Her exams were last week, and I'm guessing this week she was finding out her grades, she told me. So hopefully her grades were good enough so she can continue streaming. Because if not, I know that her mom was gonna take away her PC or something like that. But she She seems to have gotten her grades together good enough to keep her PC for the summer, so I'm really hoping that Nana and I can play Higurashi and stream some series that I've been wanting to stream for a while because I have so many games I haven't played that I've been saving for streaming. I'm also trying out this site called ePal, and it's like a site where you can get money for playing games with people, and I think that's pretty cool. So I signed up for it just to see if I could get money for that, just to play with people and have fun. But yeah. other than the hospital and stuff, my mental health has been getting better. I'm in therapy. I still have to schedule my next appointment. I am in therapy. Oh, guys, I got diagnosed. I got professionally diagnosed with DID, BPD, bipolar 1, and I'm blanking out on the last diagnosis. But it's pretty important that I talk about it because it plays a huge role in my entire life. And so I kind of want to be that I want to be a safe space for everyone. Um, and I also want people to know they're not alone if they have disorders that are similar to mine. So, um, yeah, I got diagnosed and I'm pretty happy. My psychiatrist prescribed medication for me. I've been taking like 4 pills every day, which I feel is a lot. I feel it's a lot for me. I'm not used to it at all. I'm used to taking like 1 pill a day, but never 4. I hope everyone's doing okay though. I've been missing out on a lot recently. My tongue keeps getting like, I keep getting tongue-tied. I recently started a group psychotherapy class and um, we're doing a training group, which is kind of cool. Yeah, it is really good. It's really good because my therapist actually takes me more seriously with my diagnosis. I mean, it's not that she didn't take me seriously before, but having that diagnosis just it just helps with getting taken seriously for medicine and stuff instead of being written off or being like misdiagnosed or misplaced with my medicine. Um, right now I'm on the Mictal for my bipolar, and the Mictal's been keeping me together. I've only had 2 mania, maybe 3 manic episodes since I started my medication. It would help a lot. It does help a lot. I know that getting a diagnosis is a privilege. It's very much a privilege. It's very much out of reach for some people. So heavily I don't I don't encourage self-diagnosis, but I also do encourage it because if you don't have the means of getting help, then you can't just ignore your problems and pretend that they aren't there, or pretend you don't have something that you have. So, ooh, a psychiatrist referral. That's so nice. I'm so happy that you're getting that. It's really good to see everybody's getting the help they deserve and need. I've been trying to talk Nana into getting help for her. I don't know if she has I'm not sure which disorder she has, but she's been talking about how she might have autism. And so um it would be really good if I could help her get some help with that. I know she talks about it, so I'm hoping that that's not a personal thing that she didn't want me to mention on stream. If it is, I'll just take down the stream whenever she tells me to, because I've got no problems taking down streams if I need to. Also, I'm like taking a mini smoke break. I'm vaping, not smoking, but vaping, which isn't the healthiest habit, but it's kind of relaxing for me. I'm hoping to get off of nicotine and onto non nicotine vapes. for a while until I can quit vaping altogether, just because it's not the healthiest thing. Yeah, I don't think it's something she's not okay talking about. She makes it pretty clear that she has either ADHD or autism. She's got a neurodiverse brain either way. So, but yeah, it's been pretty rough. My parents have been pretty, if I haven't disclosed this already, my parents are abusive, and they've been pretty weird lately. Like they've been, what's the word? It's the cycle of abuse, but it's the part of the abuse cycle wherever they start treating you like a human being, and like they start kind of love bombing you and making sure you're all right, making sure you're okay. And I'm like waiting for her to snap again, my mom. So it's only a matter of time before she does snap again. I'm not sure when that'll be. Probably when I quit my job. She'll probably be so disappointed. She'll be like, "You were so depressed without the job," which I was. I was really depressed because I didn't feel like I was successful without having a job. Um, I recently discovered I think of myself as a failure, and I'm working on changing that. Within my classes and stuff, I'm working on sorting through that ideal and changing and altering it so that I can see myself in a better light and have some confidence in myself and not hate myself as much. The part of the show where I'm incredibly vulnerable on the internet. I don't think there's anything wrong with me being vulnerable on the internet. I've been pretty open for most part ever since I began streaming, and I intend to keep it like that because I just feel comfortable being open. I'll try not to hate Velvy. Velvy is Velvy is working on himself and he's doing the best he can. And I'm proud of that right now. Very proud of that. I told my mom about my recent discovery of my fear of being a failure, and she was like, "You're not a failure. You're amazing. You're so talented." And I'm like, I don't know what talents she thinks I have because I'm very jealous because Nana can draw and almost all of my friends can sing, and everybody has like these niche talents around me. And then I'm just over here studying to be a counselor and studying books all the time. So I feel like my talent is just talking to people, and it's kind of awkward. I he- I f- I w- hope I can sing. If I can sing, then I'll start making covers. But I'm really nervous about it because well, I used to be in choir and I used to actually like sing in front of an audience, but like I got really like nervous about it and I stopped singing. So I'm wondering if I can sing like decently and make some decent covers and put them out there. And for those who watch this stream later and don't know, I'm a graduate student. I'm like gonna disclose my age because it's not a big deal to me. I'm only 21. I turned 22 in September. That's my birthday month. I'll also talk about my birthday month honestly because I'm rambling and I'm comfortable rambling. Uh, my brother attempted suicide on my birthday last year, and he's a piece of garbage. He really is. Like, okay, I'll be frank. He's a well, I don't want to be frank. I want to be Velvy, but he's a serial rapist, and I was previously I was a former victim of his uh during high school and during my childhood. So he he basically ruined my birthday last year. So I'm hoping and praying to no one, honestly praying to Greek gods most likely, but hoping that he doesn't ruin my birthday this year. Lord knows he'll find a way to, though. That's pretty, that's like, in what, September, it's June right now. That's in like, what, 3 months? 2 months? I don't know math very well. I don't know math. It's okay. I like pink and I like sparkles and I like cute things. I don't need to know math. I don't need to know math because I like cute things and that's enough for me. I know how to talk to people and I know how to help them to some degree with positive techniques. I'll leave the math to you for sure, Lobo. I'll leave it all to you. Now, the work I've been covering today is learning about social psychology, learning about, well, actually, it's relearning. I already know a lot about social psychology. And right now I'm relearning about the social self, which is like your self concept, your schemas. And if you don't know what a self concept is, the self confidence refers to the beliefs that people have about themselves. And it is made of what are called self schemas, which are beliefs about oneself that guide the processing of self relevant information. My model is not moving with my. Oh, yeah, you can totally turn it off for a bit. I don't mind. I totally forgot to turn it off myself because people have been coming into my streams and then not being able to talk, and that makes me really sad. So, there we go. That's much better. I've also been learning about how to handle group therapy. I'm training to be a counselor and therapist, and right now I'm in group psychotherapy. Hi, CTR trauma. Hope I'm needed here because I like being needed in places. I like being wanted in places. So I'm very lucky for our group. Our group has been such a positive factor in my life. Like, as a person, it's just been really nice to have our group. The Seven Mysteries. It's really important to me, and I put a lot of faith into it. I know that we're still missing a mysterious seventh member because of some stuff that happened, but I'm really looking forward to when we do have that seventh member and when we can, like, stream together again and have fun together. Really looking forward to it. I'm gonna follow CTR Trauma back. I'm gonna follow her back. Them back. Okay. How do I get off of this? I don't know how to get off of people's usernames. Yeah, they're even a mystery to us. It's so mysterious. We don't know who our seventh member is. I mean, I think I have an idea of who it'll be in the future, but we're still working on that, and I hope that they do decide to be a part of our group. That would be really fun. Oh, yeah, we can definitely give them as much time as they need. There's no rush for it. This group is a safe place, so whenever something happens, I'm pretty sure that things will be all right. Because there's always a possibility that I could be institutionalized again if I have another manic episode or another depressive episode in which I do something stupid. So the group is just gonna have to be super understanding of that mental state that I have and the mental state of the other members as well. We're a group, so it's nice to just be able to talk and kind of get some stuff off of my chest, especially like the whole semester thing. I when I got assaulted. I got sexually assaulted and then I attempted suicide 3 times, which is why I ended up in the institute. And it was a lot because I kept on going in manic episodes where I would self-destructively do sexual things with strangers, and it would usually be at the cost of my own comfort, which means that most of those experiences were um, sexually abusive or considered sexual assault. So I've been in therapy for that specific thing, for all of those specific things. I've been really working on positive coping skills because I have been having really bad flashbacks and hallucinations and delusions of like it happening again or something happening to me or people watching me. So, um, if anybody struggles with anything like that, they're definitely not alone whenever they come into my streams and whenever they come and chat with me. I'm pretty understanding of all of that because I go through it. Of course, I've been going through it a lot less with the medicine and with therapy, but I still have to get EDMR therapy eventually because my flashbacks aren't going away. The flashbacks are really bad, so I'm really hoping that I can get some help with that with EDMR therapy in the future. It's very expensive though. I'm trying to look for cheaper methods of that type of therapy because I really need that therapy, yo. I really do. I need that in my life. I'm being incredibly vulnerable today, and I'm really happy that I am because I've been keeping a lot of this stuff to myself for a really long time, and it feels really nice to actually talk about it um, without putting up like a barrier to myself. I know that I've been pretty vague about the things I struggle with in my life, and that I'm always here if you guys need me to. I carry you guys so much. I don't say the word love a lot, but I love all the members in our group a lot. I care for every one of you guys like a whole lot. And if you guys ever needed anything. Oh, okay. So EDMR therapy is, hold on, let me look for it. It's actually in my book. I think it's in my book. I think they mentioned it. Mm, no, they didn't mention it in this section, but usually they do mention it because it's such an important type of therapy. It's EDMR is electric. I think it's electric. Hold on. Let me just Google it real quick because I forgot. It's eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. It refers to an interactive psychotherapy technique used to relieve psychological stress. So, oh, that'd be so much fun. Pokemon is so much fun. I have Pokemon cards. I don't play with anyone anymore because I don't know anyone who plays Pokemon, like the card game. But yeah, EDMR is supposed to be super helpful for people who have PTSD, like me. Oh, that's the other disorder I have. I have PTSD. I've been making a lot of jokes about it ever since I got diagnosed with it, though. That is so cool. It's got Pokemon cards. I can't wait to play. I hope Nana will love to play too. I'm sure she will. She seems to like all the card games that you introduced to us, so it really does ease the pain. It eases it a lot. Um, Joking about my disorders and making funny videos about it really helps. I've been making like funny videos on my IRL TikTok and my IRL like personal Instagram. So it makes me feel a lot like less alone, especially when people interact with it. It is. It's one of the better coping skills and coping mechanisms because oftentimes people turn to things that aren't the best, like using substances to cope with their pain or drinking to cope with their pain. I'm very lucky that I didn't turn to alcohol. During high school, I used alcohol as a coping skill. And, well, not as a coping skill because skills are like different from mechanisms, but I used it as a coping mechanism. And it was very self-destructive. And I got caught with an overdose at school because, okay, so I got drunk and then I came down from that drunken state. And then I took a lot of pills and I overdosed them because I was a teenager tired of living in an abusive household, and I ended up getting caught at school by one of my peers. They noticed that I was really off that day, and they reported me to the principal's office, and I had to go to the hospital. They told me that I didn't take enough pills to get my stomach pumped, so I had to wait at the hospital until the pills passed its course. It was a fun experience. Very fun experience. Not really, but uh the people at the hospital were really nice. So the people at the hospital are always really nice. I went to the hospital to get my SANE exam done because I actually decided to report the person who did assault me this semester, instead of forgetting about it. Oftentimes, whenever I go through a traumatic event, I just write it off and I move on with my life. But this semester, when it happened, I decided to do something about it. And I encourage anyone who goes through something traumatic to do something about it instead of writing it off because it was really important. I went to the police. I had to talk to them about what happened. They made it very comfortable for me. Uh, they did their best to make it very comfortable too. Um, I didn't expect the police to be so comforting about it. I thought that they would like, I guess I thought that they would be more rude about it, but the police in my area are really, really comforting about it. Um, I don't know about police in other areas because I'm very ACAB, like all cops are bastards type of perspective. I think that the police system needs a lot of reform, needs a lot of work, but my area is very LGBT friendly and very transgender friendly, so they treated me pretty well, especially for the circumstances I was under. Quote unquote fun. Yeah. It wasn't actually fun. It was pretty exhausting. Um, that's the reason why I would only show up in Nana's streams is because I just didn't have the energy to show up in my own streams. Nana was so worried about me for a while. Nana was like, "Are you going to be able to stream with me?" And she was like, "We don't have to stream if you don't want to." And it's like, I really would like to stream. It's just that uh for some time my computer wasn't even running Streamlabs properly. I had to figure out how to update the drivers. That way Streamlabs would work again. So for a while, my computer wasn't working correctly, not with Streamlabs and not with OBS either. And so I had to go and find that software to update the drivers with. And then my VTube Studio was acting up and it wouldn't face track me correctly for like 2 weeks. It was very bizarre. I kept on thinking, like, why isn't it working properly? I guess my camera was acting up, but my camera's all good now. Seems to be working. Hi, camera. I've been going through a lot. Yeah, I managed to sort out the technical stuff and I put in a police report. I'm pressing charges. I was like, I'm not up for my own streams, but I'm up for other people's streams. So like I'll sit in the background and I'll talk and I'll like offer my commentary. Uh, Nano really wanted to play Poppy Playtime on stream with me, but I don't have an interest in Poppy Playtime. It was this fiasco for a moment. She was very sad because I didn't want to play it with her. I wanted to play other games with her though. We started this one RPG game I got us. Oh, I'm so glad you are. I've been making considerable progress and I'm really proud of myself too. This is the first time I've reported it, and my therapist has been advocating for me to report my brother for the things he did to me, which I actually might report him, and that's gonna be a really big step for me, just in general for my life because it's a sibling, and well, I wouldn't call him my sibling. I only call him my sibling in title because we're blood related, but he's really sick. He doesn't know what no means. It's very sad that he doesn't know what that means because everyone else knows what that means and well, not everyone, but like sane people know what no means, I guess. I don't know how to word this without being like I don't know how to word it, but normal people know what no means, and he doesn't know what no means. At first, I was going to only report him if he did something to someone else, but a lot of victims have actually contacted me within the past. Whenever he attempted suicide, a lot of victims contacted me, and they told me about their experiences. So I have a couple people backing me up, and they really want me to report him. Hold on, let me read your comment. Of course he doesn't know no, because knowing no also means you know no, and if you don't know no, you can't know no. No, that's really funny. I like that. See, because you can't know no if you don't know no. It makes sense. It's a funny joke and it makes sense. You have to know no. You just have to. In the light of Pride Month, I have decided that in September I will start taking testosterone shots again, and I will sign up for a trans made. There's this new company that prescribes hormones that is made by trans people for trans people. Crazy, right? It's like Wow. A company made by trans people for trans people? Amazing. So, in light of Pride Month, I'm announcing that I will be starting my transition again. Which is really funny because I'm really scared of needles, but I can do self-injections really easily. I'm terrified of needles. I'm also terrified of falling down the stairs, and that's because I've fallen down the stairs before. Stairs are tricky. You don't want to miss a step. Yes, there's gels and there's pills, I think. They also have patches. I've been thinking about trying gels and patches instead because wait, which pen? What pun did I say that I missed? I missed my own pun. I missed my own pun. No, I missed my own pun. Oh, yeah, you don't want to miss a step. Definitely don't want to miss a step. No, because if you miss a step, you're gonna what you have to return them. It's policy. It's library policy. If you don't return them, I'm gonna have to like call your parents or something. Call your parents. Put in a report to the principal. I don't know. Report it to the counselor. The counselor is gonna pull you into the office. If you've ever been pulled into the office. It's okay. At this point, I don't know my own parents either. Okay, well, the counselor is gonna pull you into the office and like give you like this entire lecture about being a good student and about returning books. And then you're gonna feel super exhausted because the counselor doesn't do anything helpful, the school counselor. I mean, maybe our school counselor is different. I forget. I haven't met our school counselor. Join the Doesn't Know Parents Club today for free. You can get a free magazine and a free um, shirt. Yeah, when you're so old like me, you just forget. You forget things. Like yeah, the club does have cookies. It also has a leaflet. Yeah. We have a brochure of all of our fun activities. Butter cookies. I've never had a butter cookie before. Are butter cookies good? Yeah, what is a butter cookie? How do you say that word? Margarine or margarine? Is it margarine or is it like m is it it's see, I don't know how to pronounce words correctly. Margar margarine. Margarine. Okay, I said it right the first time. It's not margarine, it's margarine. This is like the entire like talk about this reminds me of the talk about GIFs versus GIFs. Like is it GIF or is it GIF? Which one do you guys think it is? Margarine. Margarine. Margarine? Margarine. Mayor J. Run. Mayor J. Run. Mayor J. Mayor J. Run. Meyer J. Run. Meyer J. I used to get so upset with myself for saying things wrong. Yeah, yeah, me too. It feels like I'm having a stroke. Like I'm going insane. Insane. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the membrane. I forget the lyrics to that song. I forgot what that song's called. This is what happens when you're old. You go senile and you forget things. Insane in the Brain by Cypress Hill. There we go. Honestly, valid. Making worse pronunciations so that you can share your pain with everyone seems like a very, like, understandable thing to do. I too would do that. Alrighty. Chaotic neutral. Yeah, he is chaotic neutral. He, they. I probably am chaotic good or like neutral good. Like one of the two. I haven't figured it out entirely yet. Like, I would break the law if I thought I was doing something good. Like, I don't know. I feel like I would break the law if I thought I was doing something good. So maybe I'm chaotic good. I'd have to take the test again. Neutral can also break the law. All right, then I have a conundrum. I don't know if I'm chaotic good or chaotic or like neutral good. Depending. Because they want to feel like they're doing something by their moral, by their moral code. Like lawful evil would probably do something that's like evil, but like in their moral code of what is evil. I don't know. This is getting into philosophy, guys. This What is good? What is evil? Yes, yes, I agree. Lawful is dependent on if they follow law of the land, or law of their God, or law of their moral code. That makes a lot of sense to me. And my mouth is not moving with my talking because I'm talking too fast for my camera. There we go. Now it's talking with me. Sometimes my model doesn't like match with me because I'm talking so fast that my camera doesn't pick up on my lips moving. It's very strange to me, but like I entirely get it because it's a camera, it can only pick up so much. It's picking up my eye movement pretty well. My eye keeps like moving back and forth and it's pretty exact. What would chaotic be like? Yes, it's very interesting to me because cameras have come such a long way, but like they're still so far behind. For my video that I posted on Twitter, I used my phone for it, and my phone camera picks up my facial features a lot better than my camera on my laptop does, even though my laptop is like this $3,000 gaming laptop that I asked my uncle for. Though the screen's broken because I actually broke it, but it's not like none of the actual screen is like damaged. It's only like the touch screen that's damaged. What I really want to get is an Oculus Rift. I really want an Oculus Rift so I can like play like virtual games and stuff. I want to get like I would like to get a 3D model eventually of my avatar. I know that a lot of 3D streamers really want a 2D avatar just because you can do so much more with the 2D avatar. You can do so many expressions and stuff. But I would really like a 3D avatar so that I can do VR chat streams, which I could do VR chat streams anyway, but having a model would be pretty cool. But that's like $3,000 I don't want, like not 3,000, $300 I don't want to spend because the Oculus Rift 2, the second one, is like $299, which is basically like 300 and whatever dollars because of the tax. Yeah, I was looking at it earlier actually. It's expensive here. I'm pretty sure it's expensive in other places too. I'll probably wait till like Black Friday or something. Yeah, Black Friday. Black Friday is always really good to buy things on. I recently got Nintendo Sports and I can't wait to stream with that. Nintendo Sports is so much fun. I also got new Joy-Cons for my Switch and I'll probably post a photo of them. They're like white and they like have like uh the joy the oh okay. That's okay. Because eventually I'm gonna have to stop the stream because it's getting late and I have to get up for class in the morning. But I've got like new Joy-Cons and they like change color and it's really nice. Yeah. I saved up for them. I also bought Nana a new keyboard. Yes, yes, I was talking about getting a VR headset. Um, hum, I don't know the difference, so I would have to see which one it is. I think it's holographic style because it's not based on temperature. They just like the I'll have to like take a video of my Joy-Cons when they're on. Oh, they're not holographic. They're not holographic. Oh, then they might be holographic. I know that they're not temperature because they are a rainbow. It goes around and around in a rainbow. I'll probably do more streams like this where I just chat and hang out because really it's lighted, yeah. It's like where did I put them anyway? Here they are. Let me see. I'd have to take a video of them, but they're really nice. It's only the what's it called that changes color? It's the thumb. I don't know what it's called. They're really nice. They're white and they're pretty big, but they fit my hands pretty well, even though my hands are small. They're not like see-through or anything. I've seen ones that are see-through, and those look really cool to me. Yeah, the thumbsticks. The the thumbsticks change color around the thumbsticks change the thumbsticks they change color and it's really nice. The grip is also really nice and they are shaped pretty cool too. They have an extra button on them and I haven't figured out what it's for yet. It might be programmable. And if it is, then I'm gonna have to learn how to program that. I can send you the site of which I got them off of because I know the brand. So right now they're only appearing as red, but I know that they can change color. I will. I'll send it to you because they have some other Joy-Cons on there that I was looking at that are really cool. I'll probably end the stream in a moment, but oh, it might. I didn't think about that. I'll have to see. It doesn't seem to be changing the color. So maybe it does something else. I'm not sure what it does. I know that they're not like updatable with the Nintendo software though, but they're pretty cool. No, you're okay. I don't mind. I have ADHD, so like interruptions aren't like interruptions to me. They're like more of like interjections, if anything, which interjections are really nice. I appreciate interjections. Interjections are different from interruptions. They usually offer something to the conversation. I recently learned about interjections because in class I interject into things and I always feel so bad about it because I've been working on not interrupting people, but interjections are pretty cool. They're pretty nice. And I did not know that there was a word for that until just recently. And so now I feel a lot less bad about interjecting into conversations. So don't feel bad. You were offering to the conversation and honestly, I really appreciate it because um well, I'm chatting with you guys. I'm not chatting just by myself, which is really nice. Yeah, I've been learning a lot and I'm hoping that I can continue to learn a lot and I want to share what I learned with everybody. The only struggle right now is figuring out how to share my learnings with everyone because my professor said not to disclose too much about the class because it would ruin the, not ruin, but it would like, um, kind of, it would kind of ruin the vibes of the class, I guess. So. But I've been struggling with that because I'm a very talkative person and I like talking about the things that I learn and the things I find out. So I'm not like the type of person to gossip necessarily. I don't really like gossiping, but like when I learn something in a class, I like to talk about it. I'm like, oh, if we're learning about, um, say, learning about the process of the therapeutic process, we're learning about therapeutic group norms or the definition of the process. I get really excited and I'm like, let me ramble about it a little, you know? It just makes me really happy to share things with everyone. And I'll probably do a like series. I've been wanting to do a series over mental health and about like different mental illnesses that people deal with. And I've been wanting to like do a whole like stream about it. And then I've been wanting to do streams about other personal interests, like that I've studied and everything. Like the dysphoria debate, I want to do a stream over that because I'm very inclusive as a person and yeah, yeah. That's why I have to be very careful with what I say and what I do, especially regarding like serious subjects and everything. Like specifically with this class, they asked me to keep it more in the class. So I'm going to respect their wishes and keep it within the class. But typically, when it comes to what I learn, I want to source whatever I'm learning from. So I'll source my textbooks and I'll leave like the IBSN number in the description whenever I make a stream and whenever I do my streams and post them onto YouTube. I'll like write the whole entire description out and I'll like be like this is for educational purposes only, not for not for legal like legality and not for actual therapeutic like not for actual therapeutic usage. if that makes any sense. Like what I want to do is like give out like good coping skills and good information regarding different topics. I'm working on a survey for problematic creators, and I'm really excited for that. I'm still coming up with the questions for it, but it's going to be like a very intrinsic study that I'm going to do, and it's going to not be for school, and it's not going to be like a social experiment or a published article. It's just going to be for fun. And I'm gonna like talk to some problematic content creators and see if I can get them on board and see like what I can do with that, because that's been one of my main interests for a long time. So I'm gonna follow through with it and actually gonna do something with it. But yeah, I worry for other students who do things similarly to what I'm doing, except for whenever they don't include like the disclaimer that this is not supposed to be in place of therapeutic help. This is not supposed to be in place of medical help. Oh, I'm so happy. Yeah, I was wondering who was voting on it because like someone voted no on it and I was like, uh-huh, that's so sad. But I understand that like not many people would like that some people wouldn't want that to be a thing because it does regard problematic content creators who create problematic media. So like people who get shot down for maybe lollies, or people who like create like girl content. That's what I was aiming at. I was aiming at digital content creators who like make like really fucked up fan fiction or really fucked up art and really like niche interest stuff, because it's really interesting to me. I would really like to kind of get into their heads and kind of see like how they think, what they're thinking of when they create this stuff, how it affects their lifestyle, how does it affect the way that they see the world. Um, because my opinion on it is that fiction affects reality on a one-third scale. So when I say it affects reality on a one-third scale, I mean that it does affect reality, but it doesn't affect reality to the point that many people think it does. So, I can't say it doesn't affect reality because, propaganda exists. We see movies, and movies have a really big effect on people, especially when they're shown in like the big theaters and stuff. So, like, I know that it does affect reality, but it doesn't affect reality at the scale that we think it does. It usually, what my I guess it's like not a theory because a theory has like actual stuff to back it up, but my hypothesis is that fiction reinforces predetermined moral codes. So whatever you already believe in is what you're going to get reinforcement for. So people who are violent and already think violence is okay, whenever they play a video game with violence or whenever they see violence, it reinforces that violence is okay. And just like the Albert Bandura study where kids like saw their parents playing with the dolls and then they recreated that on their own through observation. So that's kind of how I see it. So, like, I have like really passionate views on it, like super passionate views. I'm doing a whole entire paper over cyberbullying, and it can be a release for feelings, but I recently learned in class that if you are already expressing aggression and you further that interest in aggression, that it can often make the aggression worse in some cases. Now, if you're taking that aggression and you're actually aggressing in like a stress relieving way, so say you're already mad and so you actually do like say go and argue with someone and you take out that aggression or you take that aggression out on the video game itself, then you are relieving stress and you are doing a really good coping skill. Um, so that's really nice. But like if you are aggressing and you're placing it as a replacement, it can be detrimental to your mental health because then you start to justify it. But yeah, my hypothesis, I hope it's a really neat hypothesis, but that's how I think of it because I'm a very big people with who go through traumatic events can cope with fiction in different ways type of person. Like that's how I see it. And I see fiction as a place to escape from reality, as a place to explore different options that wouldn't be possible in reality. So that goes from fantasy to the weirdest, darkest, creepiest stuff you could ever find on the internet. And I think that as long as it's not harming anyone, which when I say harming anyone, I mean that it's not doing anyone physical harm and it's not harassment to anyone or discrimination, then I think it's okay. Because like there's a fine line between something that expresses your feelings and something that is harassment or discrimination. If something is discriminatory, I think that it shouldn't be online. I think that if it's discriminatory, it should be basically kept within someone's head because discrimination has no place in my eyes. It's got no place in the online world and in the real world. Discrimination sucks. I think that talking about different ideas of discrimination with the therapist is really nice, though. I think that having a space to talk about like your pre-existing like opinions and stuff is really good, but like discrimination in general is like you're literally placing hatred out in the world and for what? And for what? Like I think that people who are racist or have like different um views that are problematic like that are racist, that are violent, that are, against whatever I think is good and moral. I think that those people should have a place to talk about it and that place should be therapy. That place should be therapy so that they can reflect and alter their thoughts to be better people in the future. That's how I see it. I think that they should utilize therapy and utilize therapeutic situations to better themselves. I don't think that discrimination has a place in any public space or online space because it doesn't do anything good for anyone. How does it help anyone? If it doesn't help anyone, then I don't see a reason in it being there. And if it's not, even if it were entertainment, it's not good entertainment. Entertainment can have its lines. That goes to say that I believe representation is really important. So, but yeah, I'm a big protector of fictional creation and um, creative rights. people should have their creative rights to create whatever they want to on the internet as long as it doesn't hurt anyone. And if it does hurt someone, they should just take accountability for it and apologize to that person. But that doesn't mean that they have to stop creating whatever they're creating if it's like art or something. I think that how I would go about defining what is and isn't discrimination, I would go and say that I would look at different topics. So we have sexism, we have racism, we have gender discrimination, we have homophobia. If it's something that is big and affects a minority or affects people of a certain race, gender, sex, or social class, then I think it's discrimination against them. And if it's like against them and if it's hurting them somehow, then I would consider it discrimination and I would feel like that doesn't have a place in any of my communities. But protesting, like saying that you want rights, that you want validation, or that you want to be seen and heard, I think that that's different from discrimination because discrimination is putting someone down, while protesting is like, I guess that there is a place for protest. Like people of religious backgrounds can protest their views, but if it's at the cost of a minority, then I feel like it's not worth it. So say like the church and um homosexuality. So there's a lot of protests that go about in the church that like are against homosexuality and are against the LGBTQIA. I believe that those protests, they can have their place within the church, but they shouldn't have a place within Pride. Like they shouldn't have a place within certain online groups. They should have their own place within their own circles. They should keep their protests to their own circles because those protests do hurt people, while protesting for like the rights of Black people and the rights of Native Americans, the rights of people of color, is protesting for the rights and it doesn't put down another race, which is different. So I feel like the protesting that the church does against homosexuality is considered discrimination in a way, and I just wouldn't want that in my community. But I would go about defining discrimination as something that puts down a minority or puts down a group of people. That's what I would describe discrimination as. Which is pretty, I still have a lot to learn and I'm still learning about like these different topics. So, my definition may change in the future, but that's just my definition for now, and that's just how I see things for now. Um, but I feel like the way I see things is pretty good, in my opinion. I feel like my views are pretty sound. Like I have like experiences that back up what I'm saying. Like, yeah, because I've been in churches before and like I've been a part of a church before and the protests against homosexuality and against different religions and stuff can often be very, very discriminatory and very wrong, in my opinion. But I wouldn't stop them because in my country, the United States, they have their freedoms to say and do what they want. Um, but I feel like sometimes it draws the line. It crosses a boundary. Not saying that they can't think that homosexuality is wrong. I'm just thinking that it's weird. No, no, no. You're not coming off as mean or anything. I actually like talking about this type of stuff, so it's nice to be able to talk about it and to be able to voice my opinion and be able to like kind of analyze the way I feel about it and kind of lay it out in a format that is somewhat understandable by others. Often I will talk, and oftentimes my talking gets mixed up with jargon, like psychology based jargon and sociology based jargon that people just don't understand. And oftentimes it gets lost in translation, and it gets really sad for me because I really like to voice my opinion and talk about these different topics because I think it's really important. Like, I feel like um, critical race theory, for example, I feel like critical race theory is okay to be taught in schools as long as you teach the other side as well. I feel like teaching about different political standpoints as well is pretty fair as long as you are teaching both sides of that political standpoint. I feel like it's like educational. And if you're being educational, it's just, yeah, the curse of the neurodivergent brain is just rambling about your interests and fixations in excessive amounts of words and excessive amounts of energy. But you know that that works to my advantage, especially as a grad student, because I need that energy to be able to do the presentations that I want to do. I have a presentation coming up in like 7 weeks, and it's like, it's so hard because people don't understand the jargon I use, and I'm like, why can't you just be in my brain for a moment? Why can't you just understand what I'm trying to tell you? Like, I have to sometimes when I talk to Nana, I have to break things down in the smaller bits and pieces because Nana is an art student. She's not a psychology student or sociology student. So she doesn't understand some of the words I say and some of the things I talk about. So I have to like break it down into little bits and pieces. So like when I mention something, I'm like, "Oh, this is what this means." And I have to kind of dumb down a little to like talk about it, which I don't know if I am happy with the term dumb down because it's not really dumbing down, it's more of just taking things apart so that someone else can understand it, which I've got no problem with. I like taking things apart for other people to understand. It's really fun. Yeah, like as someone who isn't an artist, it's really hard for me to understand certain topics within art. I've taken an art class before, so I understand some jargon, some art jargon, but not too much art jargon. So like whenever Nana talks about certain things and stuff, I'm like kind of lost. Like she'll try to explain to me how to animate, and I get how to animate to an extent, but sometimes she just loses me. Yeah, sometimes I'm like, oh, this isn't common knowledge, so I'm going to have to like break it down in bits and pieces, which is okay. It's totally okay. It's just, it's like, ah, it's like, why can't you understand? Oh, it's reconnecting. Okay, so, the stream kind of like stopped and restarted because, yeah. So I think that this is a sign that I need to end the stream. So, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here and post this to YouTube. I'll have a good night. You guys have a good night too. I really enjoyed talking and everything. Bye everyone. Do 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 do.